Welcome. I'm the White Rabbit Witch. Join me and tap the subscribe button below. Now, let's step into today's story.
In the dense, uncharted jungles of the western Amazon, there lies a region locals refuse to speak of. Satellite images reveal nothing. Maps show only an endless stretch of green. But in 1875, a European expedition disappeared without a trace. All that remained was a torn leather journal found at the edge of the jungle, soaked in mud and fear. It spoke of a temple, a structure that shouldn't exist, of a tribe no record ever mentioned, of a ritual no god should demand, and of something else. Something alive buried beneath the vines and stone. In this documentary, we follow the fragments of that expedition. We analyze what's been uncovered in recent years, and we ask the question, what really happened to the men who entered the jungle and never came back? In July 1875, a European scientific expedition set out for the Paraguas waters in northwestern Brazil. The official mission: map the terrain and prepare for future colonization. The 12-member team included a biologist, cartographer, physician, recorder, and 2 armed guards. Departing from Manaus by boat, they journeyed upriver along the Amazon, documenting their progress in a leather-bound journal. An entry from July 16 reads, "The locals warned us. Some areas are called the Forest of Souls. They say a river flows there that no map has ever shown. At the time, Paraguas didn't even exist on any chart." From that point on, the journal grows faint and fragmented. On July 22nd, the final radio transmission is logged. "We saw something in the forest. A stepped stone tower. A circular altar. This is not Incan, not Mayan. This is something else entirely." Then, silence. The team was declared missing. A rescue group was sent but found no trace within the jungle, except for one item, a tattered journal brought in by a native guide 2 months after the disappearance. Its cover was torn, its pages were stained with mud, and something darker. Inside were chilling notes. "They welcome us, they smile, they feed us, but their eyes, they study us. We are now inside what they call the domain of the Mother Spirit." This single journal led researchers to reconsider the case, not as a tragic accident, but as something far more unsettling. Even now, over a century later, the jungle continues to guard its secrets. The structure mentioned in the expedition's final transmission: a stepstone tower, a circular altar, something unlike any known civilization. For over a century, that claim was dismissed. But in 1997, thermal satellite scans from Brazil's environmental agency revealed an anomaly. Beneath the thick canopy lay a symmetrical stone formation, perfectly squared. Invisible to the eye, but unmistakable on thermal maps. An 18-meter-tall stepped pyramid, buried beneath jungle growth. Its location? Exactly where the expedition vanished. Teams tried to reach it, but the vines and swamp halted every attempt. Then, in 2013, drone footage captured the first visual evidence. Amidst a sea of green, fragments of stone emerged, foreign and unmistakably constructed. 5 levels of stone steps leading to a circular platform. At its center, a hole, roughly 2.4 meters wide, descending into darkness. According to native legends, this was called the mouth of the Mother Spirit. They said it smelled like blood at night. Giant black serpents would emerge. No one who entered the mouth ever came back. Investigators found ancient carved tablets nearby. Some bore patterns resembling coiled serpents, others etched in unknown symbols. One bore a haunting inscription: "She sleeps in hunger. Blood shall awaken her." Scholars later linked it to sacrificial rites. And on the next page of the expedition's journal, they began to tell us of the ritual. What that ritual entailed, we will uncover in the next part. Before they vanished, the expedition encountered a primitive tribe deep in the jungle. According to their records, the tribe was remarkably kind and welcoming. They greeted the explorers with songs, fruit, meat, and fire pits, treating them like honored guests. The journal repeatedly states, "They always smile. They follow us, watching what we eat." What began as friendly exchange slowly turned strange. On the fifth night, the team was invited to a tribal festival. There, bodies were stripped and oiled. Snake-shaped masks appeared. The drums never stopped. Near the smoking altar, a report suggests they may have found remains, bones of an outsider dressed like one of them. The journal's tone shifts. Sentences become unstable. Ink runs. Thoughts blur. They know our names. I felt one of them lying next to me as I slept. Their eyes. They weren't praying, they were choosing. On day 14, one of the team disappeared. The tribe said, "He left to become one with the god." And then, on the 15th night, they were led to the top of the temple. Drums, incense, firelight, an offering soaked in blessings. That was the night of the ritual. Only a few torn pages describe the event. The rest are stained in blood or gone. Only one final sentence remains. They placed us on the table of their god. August 2nd, 1875. The day before the expedition vanished. Only one sentence remains in their journal. They chose tonight's offering to the god. That night, the team was led to the top of the temple. Drums echoed. Smoke and incense filled the air. The tribe stood bare-chested, their bodies slick with dark oil. Their eyes no longer reflected celebration, but ritual. Part of the journal reads, "We climbed. The steps were damp, stained with old blood. The altar radiated heat, no fire, but the stones burned. From within the hole, something moved." Drone footage and a 2023 investigation confirmed the altar's central hole is roughly 9 meters deep. Beneath it lies a vast cavernous space, likely natural, possibly inhabited. Remains of an anaconda nest were found within. Alongside them, human bone fragments and shards of Stone Age daggers. They tied red cords to our wrists one by one. We knelt. They began to sing. The writing becomes frantic. Sentences fragment. On the final page, drawn in ink, a coiled serpent. And a single sentence, repeated over and over. "We cannot return. We cannot return. We cannot." The rest is torn or stained beyond recognition. With that, the journal ends, and the trail of the expedition goes cold. But whatever was in that pit may still remain in the jungle. In 2023, near the western edge of the Brazilian Amazon, a biodiversity research team uncovered the ruins of an unknown structure deep within uncharted jungle. Collapsed pillars, half-buried steps, and tangled vines covered the floor. On the surface, burn marks, carved rings, and unnatural patterns etched by human hands. The debris below didn't appear ancient. It felt recent. Samples from nearby animal droppings and broken bones were collected. Genetic analysis revealed something disturbing. Traces of human DNA within reptilian genomes. Was it evolution, mutation, or something far older? Soon after, following an unreported disappearance near the site, the investigation was shut down. The report, classified. Locals now call the region the Land of Silence. No birds sing there, no beasts stir. The air, too still. No one enters, no one returns. They say something hungry waits inside. Today, drones still pick up serpentine patterns under the vines. Satellite scans detect strange hollows, emitting low, rhythmic heat. And deep in that jungle, at the temple's heart, the story written in blood may still be breathing. No map ever recorded the explorers, but their flesh, their bones, their terror are still buried somewhere beneath the altar. And that place may still be waiting for someone to return.